Going on, everybody? It's your boy, that Pens fan 412, and I'm coming back at you with a very quick thing. So I was watching the advanced analytics, and I realized that a lot of people only watch about a minute, maybe a minute and a half of these videos. So for the first minute of the video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little speed round. For those of you here that are only here, going to be here for like 58 seconds. Here we go. Pittsburgh wins 6-2. Kasperi Kapanen had a hat trick. Bada bing, bada boom. Sidney Crosby had the empty net goal at the end of the game. Bada bing, bada boom. Malcolm looked really good. So, hopefully that satiates the people that are only going to be here for 58 seconds. If the 58-second people are gone, and the people that are actually here to watch the whole video are still here, welcome. I'm that Pens fan 412, and I'm coming back at you with another Penguin game review of the December 3rd, 2022 game between the St. Louis Blues and the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh. Let's get into it. All right, so starting netminders for the St. Louis Blues are Jordan Binnington, and for the Pittsburgh Penguins is Tristan Jarry. But I want to say, it's like the end of like 6-ish minute, going into like the 7th minute. So the Penguins are on the power play here in the first period. And it's our second power play unit out there. You got Kasperi Kapanen, who had the game-winning goal in the last game. He's out there. Pierre Oliver Joseph, our boy, P.O. Joe, and Brian Rusty are all out there having a good time. And Kapanen gets the puck. It's right at the end of a power play. Kapanen gets the puck, and, well, he doesn't really necessarily touch it with his stick. He kind of just, he's trying to stop it with his foot to shoot it, but it deflects off of his foot, and then it hits a St. Louis Blues, defenseman, and then it hits Binnington's butt, and it goes in the back of the net. 1-0 Pittsburgh. They challenge it. Was that a kicking motion? Maybe it was, but it also bounced off of two other Blues players, so technically it wasn't. So there you go. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Kapanen's got another goal, his third goal of the season. The floodgates are starting to open, and we have seen this in this game, as you can imagine. About, I want to say, 5-ish minutes later, Evgeny Malkin's out there. Now, can we talk about Malkin in this game real quick? And we'll talk about him more later on as well. Malkin is a beast, right? Malkin is a beast. Malkin, Zucker, and Rust are beasts on the same line together. They have the chemistry now. It's working now. They have finally figured it out. And Malkin gets it to Zucker. Zucker gets Rust. Rust is literally just I'm going to walk this way with the puck and then shoot it that way. And it's going to go in the net. And it went in the net. 2-0 Pittsburgh. 12 minutes into the first period. Beautiful goal, by the way. Wonderful celly by Rust. Man, it's just yeah! Good selling by Rust there. And then a little under half a minute later, almost a minute later, Colton Parayko gets the puck over to Nicholas Leddy. Nicholas Leddy makes a beautiful pass. I'll give him that. It was a really good pass. I'm Nick Leddy still plays in the league? Yeah, so he makes the pass over to Buchnevich. Buchnevich, who, where he is at the time, and it's a 1T, kind of, sort of, slap shotty kind of thing. He puts it in the back of the net, Tristan Jarry. It's an awkward angle, a super strong angle all the way over here. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people can make that shot, especially a slap shot. And then it's also top glove, so it's an odd angle, and it's top glove. Jarry's not stopping that. All right, you got him, and it's 2-1. It's 2-1. Ooh. But that's okay, because right before the end of the first period, about 4 or 5 minutes later, I told you about Evgeny Malkin and how he's a beast, right? So he gets his wonderful pass. It's again on the power play. Again, Kapanen's out there. Carter's out there. Malkin's out there. Carter gets to Malkin. Malkin's standing in the front of the net, pirouetting like a ballerina. He passes it without even paying attention. He's just like, I know Captain's over there. Boom. Stole that one from Crosby, I guess. Gets it over to Kapanen, who is standing in the exact same spot that he was for that game-winning goal. And Kapanen does not miss from that spot now, so he puts it in the back of the net, and it is 3-1 Pittsburgh. Kapanen's 4th goal of the season in 2 games. And, yeah, it's pretty nice. It's like I said, the floodgates are opening. And bada bing, Kapanen's out here putting pucks in the back of the net now, all of a sudden. I love it. I love it. Rolling on to the second period here, and about 2 minutes into the second, Jason Zucker gets the puck again from Malkin, who is just beast. I think we've been over this, right? I've talked about this like the 3rd time now. Malkin gets the puck from Rust. Malkin gets the puck over to Zucker, and Zucker, again, one time, this is a very good play. Malkin and Zucker have a very good one-time thing going on here. And Zucker puts it in the back of the net. It is 4-1 Pittsburgh. But then, about 6 minutes later, Vladimir Tarasenko gets a breakaway from a pass from Robert Thomas. And you're giving Vladimir Tarasenko a breakaway, so yeah, he's going to score. He's Vladimir Tarasenko, I'm sorry. Not even the best goalie on a really good day could probably stop him in a breakaway. So, Tarasenko puts it in the back of the net. It is 4-2, Pittsburgh's favor still. And about a little over a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes later, Kasperi Kapanen once again, this time from Rust and Zucker. I don't know. Another power play goal, by the way. And Kapanen's in the same spot as the last goal. Same spot as the game-winning goal the game prior. Commentators are even talking about this now. This is Kapanen's spot. This is Kapanen's office. Right there, blue paint, right side, just chilling. And Russ gets it over to him. Kapanen gets the hat trick, which for a minute I thought the Pens fans were confused if it was Kapanen or not that got it, because there's a little cluster going on in the front of the net. But then they started throwing hats, and we realized Kasperi Kapanen gets all the caps. All the hats get thrown on the ice there for him. Beautiful. This man went from having 1 goal for the entire season to 5 goals in 2 games and a hat trick to boot. Pens are up 5-2. Roll on into the 3rd period, and it's no more scoring from this point until like 15 minutes into the 3rd, right? So, what do you do when you're down 3 goals? Well, the St. Louis Blues coaching staff thinks, let's pull the goalie. Let's see if this helps. Oh, wait, they pulled the goalie with the Penguins' first line on the ice, and Sidney Crosby's out there, Jake Gensel's out there, Rickard Rakell's out there. And Gensel gets the puck, and he gives it to Crosby, and when Crosby sees an open net, it's like a torpedo going after a cargo ship or something, right? Like, boom. What did you think was going to happen? 6-2 Pittsburgh. Good job, St. Louis, you guys. By the way, throughout that exchange there, Thomas Greiss got put in the net for St. Louis, former Pittsburgh Penguin. And I'm sure Greiss would have liked to have stayed in the nets and not given Pittsburgh another goal. But hey, it is what it is. The final score is 6-2 Pittsburgh. Your 3 stars of the game, of course, without a doubt. First star, Kasperi Kapanen. Second star, Brian Rust. Third star, Jason Zucker. Now, Malkin, I think, should be on this. If there's a 4th star, it would be Malkin. But yeah, that's what it is. Shots on goal were in the Penguins' favor, 38-28. Face-offs in the Penguins' favor as well. The power play in the Penguins' favor. They got 2 out of their 4 opportunities they scored upon. Kasperi Kapanen having both. Only 4 penalty minutes for the Penguins, 18 for the St. Louis Blues. They were not very disciplined, obviously. Hits were in the Blues' favors. Block shots were in the Blues' favors, but that's because they were in their defensive zone more often. Giveaways were in the Blues' favors. They only had 3 to the Penguins' 9. takeaways were in the Penguins' favor, 6-4. But hey, that's it. This has been That Pens Fan 412, and I thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you disliked the video, give it a dislike. I expect honesty here. Comment down below what you guys thought of the game. Any comments you guys have about any future episodes coming up. What you guys think about the next Penguin game coming up. Blues fans, comment about why you think your Blues, what the Blues can do to turn this around. I mean, this seems like to be a very abysmal season for you guys, unfortunately. I know what it's like. And yeah, I will see you all in the future. Peace out, everybody.